All right, guys, so fancy meeting Alex Ariza. Of course, I know you from Manny Pacquiao era. I'm surprised to see you here. I've heard about stories that you're here, but to actually see you here, it's fun to see you.
Oh, good. No, it's good to be back. I'm officially relocated now and just supporting the guys from the gym.
So you watch Kenneth Lavere. I want to ask you first, what do you think about Kenneth Lavere, the Filipino prospect?
It was a good fight. I really enjoyed a lot of action. This was not supposed to be this is no hand-picked fight. This was a good fight for him. I think he really had to dig deep, and it's not easy to fight in this heat.
Yeah. So I'm curious. Are you here for boxing or what?
No, I'm retired. I'm just here enjoying my second half.
You're retired. Are you staying here? Are you living?
Yeah, I live here.
Wow, I didn't know that. You must have a partner here?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, if anyone, since you're here, I mean, you're very popular for being a conditioning coach. If any boxer wanted to get you, would you still be available?
Yeah. I mean, it depends really the situation and what it is. I'm trying to slow things down at this point, but if you see something that has good potential, a good prospect, and is ready to work, I'd bring my team here.
Oh, I see. I guess that's the first thing that when I posted our photo, people are asking, what is Alex Ariza doing here?
It's a free country.
Yeah,
so. I fell in love with this place way back in 2008, the first time I came here. So it's always been a dream of mine to come here and live and hopefully at some point be able to help some of the younger fighters, introduce them to some of the more current techniques of training, and more scientifically and nutrition based.
That's what I said. I mean, you're already here, and I think we need the conditioning part here in the Philippines. So why not reach out?
I've been talking with Jerry, and I have been discussing it, and hopefully, we could do something set up and kind of. There's so much talent here. I mean, tremendous amount of talent. I just hate to see it not be able to come to fruition because, they're not acceptable to, the more current training techniques and diet techniques and weight cutting techniques and things like that. And I think that's why we see like MMA guys kind of surpass what we're doing in boxing, because all those guys have a good strength and conditioning team around them, and diets and things like that, and things that are more current and up to date. So we need to catch up. We need to,
Last two-part question. So based on that, like in the Philippines, what would you be? I'm sure you probably watch a few Filipino fights. What do you think is missing in the Filipino fighters?
Again, I just think it goes back to having to bring them up to date with current training techniques. We have to just we have to be open to allowing scientific and more comprehensive type of training come into play and really see the potential of these fighters, because I think natural gifts, I think there's not just one Manny Pacquiao here, for sure. I see a lot of great fighters. They just need to be taken to the next level, for sure.
Right, last question. You're retired. You probably can be more honest with the state of boxing these days. What do you think about the boxing these days? Like all of the influencers, Jake Paul, and all of the things that's happening, the exhibitions. What do you think about that?
It's a lot different than when my era was, when you had Manny and Miguel Cotto and Timothy Bradley, all these guys that used to come to fight. I think somewhere along the line, everybody lost that drive to put best fighters with best fighter, keep it in house, and now you have so many different kind of promoters putting these fights together, and it's kind of losing the interest of the diehard boxing fan are always going to know this thing. But if you look at the top guys right now, unless you're a boxing fan, you don't know who they are. So if you're only going to fight 1.5 times a year, you're not really going to develop any kind of a real base. I mean, back in the day, Manny was fighting 3 times a year, or 4 times sometimes, depending on how fast he got somebody out of there. But I don't know. It's really like guys are going to have to start putting it on the line and stop with that I did what I had to do to win kind of mentality. every fight is a championship fight. And if if the approach is like that, then you're gonna have performances like that. And if you have great performances, it catapults you to the next fight.
Yeah.
And if you have another good performance, then another one, and then another one. But you can't just sit there and just say, oh, this is an easy fight, and then not prepare like it's because of what we just saw here. That guy was not easy.
That guy came in to fight.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always think if he would have had, you never know what the kind of training he had, but yeah, that guy came to war it out. It was a great fight. Really enjoyed it.
All right, glad you enjoyed yourself. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You have a good one.
Thank you.